presenting Benny Goodman and his orchestra.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, we work all major holidays here. Good morning, Martin. Hey, Karen and Sarah. Gary Grimble, everybody.
Let's dance, and that's no idle invitation, ladies and gentlemen, because it comes from Benny Goodman and his orchestra, who take their responsibilities very seriously in purveying.
Hey, Beth, Diane. Hey, Patty. Hey, Carolyn, Cindy. Hey, everybody.
Jingle bells.
Hey, Darlene. Morning, everybody. Morning, Dad. Whatever you celebrate, make it be a merry one. Morning, Lynn. Hey, Cappy. Hey, Diane. Welcome, everybody. Hey. And all the Mysterians out there. Hey, Gary. I was gonna get above freezing in Arkansas. Coffee and cheese stolen this morning? That's a news story I might have missed. Or... Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Marita. Hey, Grandma Belle. Hey, Luann. Hey, everybody. Morning, Ashley and Luann. We'll give it a minute for everybody to get logged on. I got a plan for today. Hey, Paula. Hey, Carolina in Poland. Hey, Kathleen, Geraldine, Lorena. Hey, Diane. Hey, Susan. Yeah, well, happy holidays to everybody except Greg Abbott of Texas. Seems he did not get visited by three spirits last night. Just taking it easy here. I'm the only one out of bed so far. Morning, Evelyn. Hey, Mom.
Goodman and his orchestra playing in the Joseph Urban Room of the Congress Hotel in downtown Chicago. And now Benny Goodman.
I'm kind of torn this morning. I want to think, on the one hand, stop making live-action remakes of good cartoons. On the other hand, I want to see Halloween is Grinch Night in live action. What am I to do with this? Halloween is Grinch Night is the superior special. Search your feelings, you know it to be true. Oh yeah, Beth, a couple of busloads of immigrants were dropped off at the vice president's house early this morning, and with no plan for what to do with them. And of course, no phone call ahead so that we could arrange something other than having them standing around in 10-degree weather. One of his little cruelty stunts that Republicans so love these days. He'll wear the chain he forges in life. It is a ponderous chain. But alright, everybody, welcome along. I wasn't sure how many people were going to come, but hey, I try to be here for you guys as many days as humanly possible, including all major holidays. That's Benny Goodman live from the Congress Hotel in downtown Chicago. I had, for those of you just joining us, I'm Adam from Mysterious Chicago Tours, author of such books as Mysterious Chicago, the book, Just Kill Me, a young adult novel, Smart Aleck's Guide to American History, now badly out of date, but still pretty funny. Murder Maps USA. I was just reading another fine Thames and Hudson project about arsenic poisoning, written by Lucinda Dickens Hawksley, who I was fortunate enough to get to have on one of my tours a while back. She's a great-great-great-granddaughter of Charles Dickens. So that's good for the holidays, too. She also wrote a book about arsenic wallpaper called Bitten by Witch Fever. And part of my deal with Thames and Hudson was I would agree to do the book, but they had to send me a copy of Bitten by Witch Fever, so I hadn't had a copy of it. But, I had such a good time. Every Friday we do Find a Grave Friday. This Friday with the polar wave and the snow, I didn't think the cemeteries would even be open around here. But I figured out how to do some window sharing here, so I thought we'd just go find some via Google Street Views, and I had such a good time doing it that here's something we've gone to Graceland Cemetery so many times. I did a whole book about Graceland Cemetery. I've done numerous walking tours, numerous different virtual tours at Graceland Cemetery, but so often people see that flying by on Facebook and think virtual tour at Graceland and assume I mean Elvis's Graceland. Well, why don't we go there? So, all right, that's what we're going to do today. We are going to go find the grave of Elvis for Christmas. So let's see what we can do here. All right. Graceland Mansion. Okay, no, I need to go to Maps. Maps. Graceland, Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. All right, let's street view this thing. Zoom on back. That's kind of hard to tell from here. There's a couple of sides to Graceland. There's the museum side and there's the house side. I've been a bit myself. Okay. So here we are on Elvis Presley Boulevard. It's around here someplace. There's the auto insurance place. So let's see if we're going the right direction here. As we speed along. I think this might be the wrong way. If I get to the Days Inn on the right, I know I'll know I'm in the wrong space. So I took a school group here a couple of years ago to Graceland. There was a marching band that was going to be marching through the place, playing Elvis songs. And it was fun. We had a guide who gave us gossip about Priscilla. Oh yeah, there's this plane, the Lisa Marie, that's parked across the street from the house, and a little ways down too, if I recall. Let me move down a little bit further here. I think okay, it's there on the left. Well, I'm going to proceed just a little bit further. Yeah, here we go. Now, most of Graceland as a museum is really very tasteful, very well done. They kind of ignore the fact that the 70s ever happened other than a jumpsuit display. Certainly the last tour they totally ignore. But I stayed at the Days Inn Graceland, which is tacky as hell. It was a guitar-shaped pool. In the lobby, they had all these Elvis collages that looked like they were made by fifth graders, and they were blasting Elvis music on the stereo and Full House on the TVs simultaneously, while old women in poodle skirts wearing enough makeup to drown a small person would just stare daggers at me for no reason. It was awesome. Just awesome. But we're going to we'll spin around. I remember just down the road there was a gas station that had fried chicken. It was okay, as a convenience chow goes. I don't know why I didn't go to BJ's Buffalo Style. We'll proceed down this way. Now, generally, Graceland is very tastefully done. There is this other souvenir shop right here that was full of tacky crap, which is what I kind of want when I go to Graceland. I want to see the tacky crap. But this wall that you see here, the stone walls where people all write their names and graffiti, and they just kind of let that happen. You meet interesting people standing around out here. You really do. I met this guy who, like, talked about having an affair with one of the Pointer Sisters in the 70s. Um, Told me all about how cheap I could buy a house for down here. Housing's pretty cheap in Memphis, around Elvis Presley Boulevard. And here, let's see how far in we can get here. It looked, when I checked the map earlier, it looked like we could go all the way in. So here's the gates. Here we are at the gates of Graceland, to which we could follow the ghost of Elvis from Union Avenue, but that would be a really long walk. We'll follow him up to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. All right, you start out at the museum. They put you on these little buses to drive across the street and give you like an iPad with your Graceland guide, John Stamos. Let's see. The house is going to be up the hill. The house isn't nearly as big as you imagine. I pictured this like giant hulking mansion, and it really kind of wasn't. But down in the basement, they do still have the porcelain monkey figurine about which Warren Zevon wrote an excellent song. Hey, here's the house right up here. I remember my grandparents apparently went here and then, like, randomly mid-conversation after their trip said, "We thought Elvis was just regular." I'm like, huh? If he was that regular, his circumstances of death might have been a little different. So here's the house, the mansion itself. I'm going to Graceland. And to get to the grave, you go right through here. The inside, there's like this whole like green shag carpet wall on a staircase. And it's like, man, you know how many grouches had to die to furnish this? Octavio, it's not exactly true he died on the throne. He died a few feet in front of the throne, having lurched forward, fallen down, and they cleaned up the scene to cover up the drugs, so it's hard to know for sure. But he probably died in front of it. Yeah, right around here. There it is. Okay, this was an easy grave to find. They really street viewed this place right on up. Hey, move, lady. How far in can we get? Yeah, we can't totally street view this, but that's the grave of Elvis. We found it. But all right, since I figured that might take a bit, so I had a backup plan too. Why don't we go check out another one that I think you can street view pretty well. Granary Burial Ground on Tremont Street in Boston. Let's street view this. Near Boston Common. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Looks like you can go all the way in this place. So this is the burial ground featuring the 5 victims of the Boston Massacre, Paul Revere, most of Benjamin Franklin's family, though not Franklin himself, John Hancock, Sam Adams. Somewhere in here there's a grave for Mary Goose, who is sometimes said to be Mother Goose, though she almost certainly was not. There probably is not a historical Mother Goose. Let's see what we can see in here. The Franklin obelisk was added in the 1820s to replace some decaying markers for Benjamin Franklin's family, his parents, Josiah and Ariah, which sound like the Who's in Halloween is Grinch Night. Josiah, Ariah, stay away from the euphemism. Oh yeah, nice old 18th century graves. How much walking we can do here? How much can we explore? Are there any that we can really read? We'll cut around, down. Hey, Mr. Guy without a butt, get out of our way. We're trying to see stuff here. This one with a flag is probably somebody interesting. I think we're looking at the back of them here, though. Everywhere I go, I can only see the back of them. Okay, let's see if we can see any of this. Ooh, it's a whole thing about carvings. I bet that would be neat if we had a better view of it. This is much more ordered than like Trinity Church. There's about like 2,000 markers in the place, as I understand it. Though it's thought that there's probably twice as many people actually buried here. There aren't too many cemeteries where they've got the whole Google Street View set up like this. I also thought about whether we could do this up at Trinity Uptown, where Clark Clement Moore, the guy who wrote Night Before Christmas, is buried. I didn't know he was there. So I don't have any footage of it. All right, let's see how much we can read of this one. Well, not much, because these people are in the way. Also, it was obnoxiously bright the day that they filmed this. How about this one? Can we read this one? Lady, move. Okay, we'll just check out some pictures of it, I guess. Photos. John Hancock grave, Sam Adams, James Otis, Franklin Memorial. Okay, let's see if we can get up to that Paul Revere spot. He's right here, or right around here. Yeah, here we go. Out of the bed and onto the floor, 50-yard dash to the bathroom door. What other spots are there in here that we can check out? Interesting places that they've set up for seeing stuff. I'm just going to check out some of these far-flung ones. Well, they don't necessarily line up geographically, because we're clear away from where we were before, but there's Paul again. Hey, this looks like a tour group. I should tap in. Mary Goose, the wife of Isaac Vertigoose, is sometimes said to be the historical Mother Goose. Peter and Iona Opie, the nursery rhyme experts, say that there was no historical Mother Goose. And on an issue like that, if Peter and Iona Opie say it, you can take that to the bank. Oh, they don't let you cut across too well here. So in some of these, you can see some very good carvings, but it's not great on street views. So let's just look at people's photos. Paul Revere buried in this ground. Nobody really thought much about Paul Revere at the time of his death, or for a long time thereafter, really. They don't really organize the pictures as well here as they did at Westminster Abbey. I don't know, it scares me somehow, says Ashley. Well, that's a useful review. A closer in one. about the Boston Tea Party. I wonder if we can walk around saying, hey, you guys know David Kennison? Who is this? Naval Officer Nathaniel Shannon. Graves here go back to the 1600s. That's something we definitely don't see much of in Chicago, is gravestones with a 1600s date. But all right, everybody. So that was a fun 20 minutes for the holiday. I don't know how many people are going to show up for a day like this. So what's this video? I don't know. I have this in the deck of little baby Miles chasing Professor Mustache around. Oh. We didn't get to keep that. We couldn't keep that collar on him long. Ronnie loves cats in collars, but the cats like them less. This was his favorite thing to do when he was a kitten, is get a toy someplace where it was hard to get back, and then he could, like, solve the problem of finding it.
Tiny Tim? Tiny Tim, who did not die? Oh, isn't that swell? To Tiny Tim.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks a lot for joining me. I'm Adam from Mysterious Chicago Tours. I just suddenly had those in the deck, I guess, from probably the last time we did the Dickens Time Travel pub call, which is still set up from here. So thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. I have already got lunch in the oven over here. I'm still so far the only one up and out of bed, but it gave me time to work on the Johann Hawk book, as I do every day. So thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. I'm Adam for Mysterious Chicago Tours. Thanks, everybody, for hanging around. Have a happy holiday all around, and I will see you tomorrow with another morning mini tour. Tomorrow's back to Mural Monday. So thanks for joining me. I'm Adam from Mysterious Chicago, saying to stay safe, stay strong, and make like the ghost of Christmas past, and stay spooky. Have a good day, everybody.